Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS FANS. Let's get to the news. When we look at the Atlanta Falcons heading into this offseason, there's a lot of discussion swirling around their draft strategy and the moves they're making to build a team capable of not just competing, but contending at the highest level. And one thing that stands out, despite their aggressive approach in the draft, especially in the 2025 NFL Draft where they used nearly all of their draft capital, there's still an undeniable question mark hanging over their secondary, specifically at the cornerback position. Now, this is crucial because, in today's NFL, a team's success often hinges on the strength and depth of their pass defense. And for the Falcons, that position has been a bit of a roller coaster, especially at outside cornerback, where consistency has been hard to find. You see, as it stands now, the Falcons have A.J. Terrell, who is undoubtedly their top cornerback and one of the more talented players at that position in the league. Terrell has been a cornerstone of their secondary since he was drafted in 2020, and he's proven time and again that he can lock down some of the best receivers in the league. But the other side of the coin, the opposite cornerback spot, remains a bit uncertain. Mike Hughes, who the Falcons re-signed for this season, is projected to start once again. But if we're being honest, Hughes has struggled with consistency throughout his career. He's flashed potential, but injuries and inconsistent play have hampered his ability to be a reliable, long-term solution at that outside cornerback position. And that's where the conversation about adding a veteran presence, specifically someone like Asante Samuel Jr., really gains traction. According to Pro Football Focus, Mason Cameron, the Falcons should consider adding a veteran cornerback who can bring stability and experience to the secondary. Samuel Jr., at just 25 years old, fits that profile perfectly. He's been in the league for a few seasons now, drafted in 2021, and has shown flashes of brilliance, especially in coverage. Cameron mentions that Samuel struggled with injury in 2024, but in 2022 and 2023, he posted impressive PFF coverage grades, particularly at outside corner, which is exactly what Atlanta needs to shore up that position. What's interesting about Samuel Jr. is his track record. He was the number 47 overall pick in the second round of the 2021 NFL Draft, taken by the Los Angeles Chargers. Over his first 3 seasons, he started 43 games, proving he can handle a significant workload. However, injuries did cut his 2024 season short. A shoulder injury landed him on injured reserve after just 4 starts. Since then, though, Samuel has been without a team in free agency, which might be a blessing in disguise for the Falcons. Because despite the small sample of 2024, where his performance dipped due to injury, his previous seasons suggest he's capable of playing at a high level, especially in coverage. Now, why does Samuel make so much sense for Atlanta? Well, for starters, the Falcons already boast one of the league's top cornerbacks in A.J. Terrell, who can take care of the number 1 receiver on almost any team. But the other side has been a bit of a question mark, and Mike Hughes, while talented, hasn't been consistent enough to be the definitive answer. Bringing in Samuel Jr. could give the Falcons a valuable veteran option at a relatively low cost, adding competition and depth to a position that, last season, ranked 22nd in pass defense. It's worth noting that the Falcons have made moves in the draft, adding 2 defensive backs, but neither of those players is likely to step in immediately as an outside corner. So, a veteran like Samuel could be the perfect piece to help solidify that spot, especially after a season where they struggled with pass defense. This move could be particularly impactful because it addresses a clear need without requiring a huge draft investment, which is smart considering how much they already spent in the recent draft. Plus, having someone with Samuel's experience and prior success in coverage could really elevate the whole secondary unit. It's about adding that veteran presence, that leadership on the field, and someone who can step in and contribute right away. With the Falcons aiming to make a serious push in the NFC South, they can't afford to leave any holes open, especially in pass defense, which opponents often exploit to win games. Looking more broadly at the Falcons' offseason, this move would fit perfectly into their overall strategy. They've shown a willingness to be aggressive, not just in the draft but also in free agency. They're building a team that's versatile and ready to compete. Their roster already has some promising pieces, but consistency and experience in key areas like the secondary can make all the difference when it counts, especially in tight playoff races. And let's not forget, the NFC South has become increasingly competitive, with teams like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and New Orleans Saints always lurking as threats. The Falcons know they need every edge they can get, and bolstering their cornerback depth with a veteran like Samuel Jr. could be just the move to push them over the top. Now, it's also important to consider the potential challenges. Samuel Jr. did struggle in 2024, and coming off an injury can always be a concern, but given his previous performance levels and the fact that he's still only 25, he has plenty of prime football ahead of him. The Falcons have a solid coaching staff that can help him regain his form and integrate smoothly into their defensive scheme. Plus, the team's defensive coordinator has shown a knack for developing secondary players and maximizing their strengths. So there's every reason to believe that Samuel Jr. could be a perfect fit, giving Atlanta a reliable outside corner for the upcoming season. In essence, this potential addition isn't just about plugging a hole. It's about making a strategic move that could elevate the entire secondary, improve their pass defense, and ultimately help the Falcons reach their postseason goals. It's a move that aligns with their current roster composition and the direction they're heading. With A.J. Terrell locking down one side, having a seasoned veteran like Samuel Jr. on the other could turn their secondary from a weakness into a real strength. And if they can do that, it'll open up more opportunities for their pass rush, improve their overall defensive metrics, and make them a more formidable opponent week in and week out. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. As we look toward the future, it's clear the Falcons are making calculated moves to become a more complete team. Their draft picks reflect a focus on both offense and defense, but even with their investments, the secondary remains an area ripe for improvement. Bringing in a veteran like Asante Samuel Jr. could be the missing piece that turns their pass defense into a real strength. It's about smart, strategic moves that maximize their existing talent while filling in gaps with affordable, experienced players. This approach not only enhances their chances in the upcoming season, but also signals a commitment to building a resilient, competitive roster ready to take on anyone in the league. And for all you Falcons fans out there, it's exciting to see the team taking these steps. The potential signing of Samuel Jr. would send a message that the Falcons are serious about contending. They're not just building for the future, they want to win now. And with the NFC South as competitive as ever, every move counts. So keep an eye out for updates, because if this move happens, it could be the catalyst for a much improved secondary, a more dangerous Falcons team, and a season that could bring plenty of playoff excitement. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Atlanta Falcons. Do you think Samuel Jr. would be a game changer, or do you believe the team should explore other options? Either way, your voice is important. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. We're in this together, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for this team. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Falcons!